All right, what's up, everybody? Another episode, Smoking That Ish on YouTube here. Shout out D Game Studios, D Game Productions for, of course, making all this possible. Shout out, if you want to check out, you want to see the man that makes it all possible, go to D Game 6923 on YouTube. Go check him out. Feel free to talk shit, do whatever you want. We got pretty good senses of humor around here. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Smoking that ish. If you want to hear about, South Dakota marijuana, South Dakota strains, what's going on, South Dakota weed culture, hit us up. We want to say thank you to you guys, to all of you. Thank you. We hit 250 hours of watch time, which for us is a big achievement. I don't know if that's a big achievement for everybody, but it feels like a pretty big achievement. And thank you. We appreciate all of you for watching, for tuning in, for tolerating all the nonsense and everything that comes with this. And then let's get to some shout outs here real quick. We always start off with a bunch of shout outs because there's, just a lot of people in the industry that are doing really good jobs right now. Remind everybody of the Unity Road and the Coffee House putting on Unity Across the Industry on July 29th. The events will take place from noon to 5. Dude, you got to be there. We will be there doing interviews. Smoking That Ish will be interviewing some cultivators, etc., so on and so forth at that event. So we will be there. You should be there. Everybody should be there. It seems like a good time. They're going to have cultivator booths, MedCard clinic, carnival games, beanbag tournament, a consumption lounge for MedCard holders only, and that's going to be run by Charlie Hempseed. You might remember him from the last episode of Smoking That Ish. Shout out Charlie Hempseed for doing that interview for us. It was a great time. And check out charliehempseed.com. Someday I'll stop saying constantly all the time, but not today. Food truck also is going to be out there, of course, and that's going to be a good time. Food truck, hooray. And then from 6 to 8 p.m., they're going to have Stoner Bingo. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but I imagine it involves being stoned and playing bingo, both things that I have, excelled at for years. So beware my bingo game. Free and open to the public, must be 18 and over. Consumption lounge must be a med card holding person to attend that. That will be at 407 North Opal Lane in Hartford, South Dakota. Today, I went and I stopped by East River Farms, cannabis, medical dispensary, cannabis company, whatever. East River Farms. And I was lucky enough to come across a real find there. I got the flapjacks from Quest for Terpy Highs from DNG. So flapjacks is something that I have talked about on here for a while. I have wanted to have it. I have wanted to review it. It is a great day. But we'll get to that here in a second. East River Farms Cannabis is where Sodak Selects debuted. Sodak Selects are some carts, and I have one of those carts with me today somewhere. Where did I put that cart? Lost it. Oh well, I got DNG carts, or not a DNG, Sodak Select cart, and it is phenomenal. It is a very, very good cart. It tastes a lot like the carts taste. If you like the profile of the nug or the flower, if you like the terpene profile of the flower, you will like the corresponding cart that matches. Because I got the mimosa cart, and the mimosa cart tastes just like the mimosa flower. I mean, it is dead on, tastes just like it, just a little more of an enhanced taste to it, but it's super, super good. Just a really good, and I do not know where I put that. Totally bummed out. But it's floating around here somewhere. I will find it. And those, the ones at Superior Buds, at least, those come with one of these batteries for like a penny. And I don't know if you remember, but we talked about these leaf buds here. These are less than $8 with tax at Cloud9 and Mitchell. All right, less than $8. And these batteries right here, these batteries screw right onto that bad boy. So not only will you be getting a Sodak Select cart, you get a battery that fits right on your Leaf Buddy, and boom, for less than $10, you're doing dabs too. So I mean, that's money right there. That's money. Comes in a nice little plastic case right here with a little charger on it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, and they rumors have it. This was a Sodak Select. This was a Pure Bliss collaboration or whatever. That's Pure Bliss buds that they did, and rumors have it that they have 4 new flavors coming already that are ready to come out, and rumors of a DNG collaboration as well. So I don't know if those 4 new flavors are going to be DNG flavors or if those are also going to be Pure Bliss flavors of flower. More on DNG. Quest, the Flapjacks. Okay, back to the Flapjacks here. We got this at East River Farms in Sioux Falls. I haven't been there before, so it was really nice to go in there. I like their lighting. They have nice, soft lighting. Doesn't really bust you in the eyes when you walk in, and that's something I haven't thought about before as far as like being a stoner and going to dispos and stuff like that. The soft lighting was a very nice touch. I really liked it. They had, not only did they have the Flapjacks, they also had his Blicky was there, which is another strain that he made. So that's another one that I would like to try out, but I had to get the Flapjacks. The Flapjacks is going to be, I know it's going to be good stuff. DNG, East River Farms Cannabis Company. 21.49%, and it is like everything is eventually going to be. It is a hybrid, of course. And in case you want more from Quest, French Toast, his French Toast should be available at the Tea Tree, and like I said, his Blicky and his Flapjacks are both at the East River, so definitely check all of those out. We're going to be reviewing that on here today. We're going to review the Flapjacks. I can't imagine Flapjacks being bad. And then we shout out to the Flower Shop Dispensary because of their Shake Sunday. Still, best deal that I've heard. I'm going to keep talking about it. Best deal that I've heard. Shake Sunday, you get an eighth of shake, 3.5 grams for $20, dude. And that's, you get choices of shake. It's not just some shake. You don't know what kind it is. You get to pick what kind. All right. And every other day, it's $35 for an eighth of shake, 3.5 grams. Okay. That means you can mix and match a $230 ounce of shake. Okay. And that's enough to roll whatever the hell you want to roll for quite some time. You know, you could be rolling mountains of weed into big old blunts and stuff. No problem. Shout out to Greenlight Dispensary. We have not been out there yet. West River. They got 2 locations in Rapid City, one in Spearfish, and Deadwood and Gregory both have locations opening up soon. So Greenlight doing big things out there. Puffy's out there, another West River one. I just want to show them some love. I've never heard a bad thing about you. They got 2 locations in Rapid City and one in Sturgis. Shout out to Black Hills Cultivation while we're out here on the west side. Shout out to Black Hills Cultivation in Rapid City. Make sure you hit them up. Any of your growing needs or concerns or advice, whatever you really need about growing anything, not just marijuana, but anything. They got whatever it is you need. And shout out to Fruits of Freya there in Mitchell. I know they're shut down right now for a minute, but hope all is well. Shout out to them. I know they're still doing appointments. If you get a hold of them online, if you really need to talk to somebody there, they're still talking to people, giving out advice, and helping people out. Shout out to Cloud9 Vape and Glass in Mitchell, where you can get this little leaf buddy right here for less than $8 with tax. You can't beat it, dude. Cloud9 Vape and Glass in Mitchell, just a great place. All your glassware, dab tools, batteries, whatever you need, they got it there. Even stuff you didn't know you wanted. All your papers and wraps and everything, it's all there. No need to go anywhere else. Just right there. Shout out to Pure Bliss, the pre-roll kings still. The pre-roll kings. Nobody's touching Pure Bliss, dude. You guys are all falling off hard behind Pure Bliss. That goes for everybody that's not Pure Bliss. Pure Bliss is really just doing it big. They got the Pixie. They got the new label too. I know you can't see this, but it's a very awesome 80s style, like Miami Vice label that they got on here, and it's super cool. It's covered up by most of the stickers, but I managed to peel the sticker off here without ruining it, and it's super cool. Really nice job on the label, guys. And this is Pixie, which is 29.5% THC, right? Sounds like it's going to be a knockout punch. It sounds like it's just going to put you right down on the ground. You're not going to be able to tolerate it. It's smooth. It's so smooth. It's such a nice smoke. It burns for a long time, and it's a good high quality smoke. It gets you lifted. That's no joke, but it is more of an uplifting high than you're expecting, you know. You're still more functional than you would expect from something that's that high of a percentage. So I thought it was very nice. It's a definite yes, would buy again. The Pixie from Pure Bliss. I mean, and rumors have it that Pure Bliss has 14 strains that are getting tested right now. 14 strains that are ready to go into testing. So that means they got 14 strains being tested, waiting to pop off on you right now. And then while those are popping off on you, and you're going, oh my God, I can't believe all these great strains that are out here. They're going to have 14 more going into testing to hit you later. And they had the big collab with Sodak Selects with the 4 flavors of cards. I can't remember all of them. I know there was Mimosa, Tallyman, Purple Full Stack, and then there's one other one that I can't think of right now. And they may possibly have 4 more coming out, or those could be D&G. I'm not sure. But possibly 4 more even after that coming. And, dude, Pure Bliss has over 100 strains, so the possibilities are endless right there. As far as Sodak Selects, Pure Bliss, the possibilities are endless. They could go on forever, and the carts are really, really good. They really taste good, not fake good, really good, like real good. So, Superior Buds. I know I told you about this, but I'm just going to bring it up again. They got the online ordering now available, so you can it notifies you when you've been approved and when you're ready to pick up. All you got to do is pay at the shop. So, Superior Buds and Mitchell doing good things. They will have the Dakota Green Grower the day after the Coffee House and the Unity Across the Industry event. The day after that, Mango himself is going to be at from Dakota Green is going to be at Superior Buds in Mitchell. All right, we're leaving that in. That's good stuff. He's going to be there from 1 to 4:20 because he's hilarious. You can go in there, get some Dakota Green. Mango actually runs the Terp Ranch for Dakota Green. So there's a bunch. You can ask him all kinds of questions, growing outdoors, everything like that, running a business. Mango is the guy other people call when they got issues. That's how smart Mango is, all right? So that is a big thing. Don't miss out on Mango. I'm sure he will be at both events. He better. And, of course, Rare Earth is there at Superior Buds. We have with us today another bud that I've got right here. I've got the Stay Puffed from Rare Earth, which should be called the Stay Locked because it locks you in the couch, dude. The reason I bought that a while ago when I bought the Strawberry Twizzler. So this is over a week ago I bought that. And it's still around because I only smoke it before bed because, it knocks you out. You smoke a bowl of this, you got maybe an hour before it's night time, dude. So Stay Puffed is very good for if that's what you're looking for. Very good. 22%. A little bit pricey. $52 before tax at Superior Buds. But high quality. High quality. Unlike the Strawberry Twizzler, it's condensed hard nugs. They couldn't be any harder. They sound like stones in the jar almost. So they're pretty hard, condensed Really good nugs, dude. And it definitely, oh man, we'll do more of a review later, but God, it's very, very good. And then shout out to From the Hills, because you guys are on fire, dude. From the Hills. The next one that I want to try is the Cherry Garcia, but they also have the Sunrise Mandarin Sherbet in the nugs now in flour, and so good. They're really looking forward to that Cherry Garcia. That's probably going to be, where it's at, Um, but yeah, that's all the shout outs. It's everything that's going on right now. Today we're probably going to do a little bit of talking about terps. We're going to talk about terpenes. We're going to talk about why they're important and, what they do for marijuana, because that's all anybody's talking about right now is terpenes. And I, for one, when I got into this, I didn't know what terpenes were. If I'm completely honest, I was not aware of what terpenes were. I'm not much of a science guy. I don't really look into that. I'm just experienced with marijuana culture and smoking the flower, So we will be talking a little bit about terpenes, but first off, I got to go try this. I got to try this flapjacks. I can't wait anymore. So I'm going to get out of here and go try these flapjacks out. And I'll come back and let you guys know how it went. All right? Thanks for watching. I'll be right back. On your mark, set, go. All right, we are back. Wow, that flapjacks, that was really, really good. Up there, very, very high. Very high. Let's see, if Strawberry Twizzlers... if that one is a 10, then I am going to give Flapjacks a 9.5, because the only place that Flapjacks fell short for me was in the taste. It didn't quite have the flapjacky taste, not as strongly as like the Strawberry Twizzlers tasted like Strawberry Twizzlers. So it's a good high, very nice bud, very beautiful nugs, sparkly nugs. You break them apart, they got the tiny little purplish leaves in there, just itty bitty little ones spread out through it. It's so beautiful. It's really, really, really good. But just not quite as good as what the Strawberry Twizzlers was. So I am going to have to give the Flapjacks Quest's first showing on here. The Flapjacks from D&G are going to get a 9.5, dude. 9.5. I mean, solid showing, dude. So good. So good. Smells really good. Rolls up really nice. I mean, the nugs are just gorgeous nugs. Oh, they just sparkle, and they're powdered, and they're just, they're so good. Very excited to try out some French toast or some blicky. Just really, that Flapjacks though, bravo to Quest for Terpy Highs and DNG. Shout out to the whole team over there. Bravo. Good job. That is a 9.5 on there. And just to clarify where that's going to put you on the stats, got to be second place. Yeah, 9.5 is going to put you in second and push everybody else down one. So DNG back at the top, second place, right underneath Rare Earth, who is arguably the best in the game right now. But DNG is right there. There's no reason for anybody to slow down. You two, even if there was no other company, which there are other companies that are also killing it, but even if there wasn't, you two would be able to just bounce off of each other and keep going, like keep competing, because wow, it's so good. That Flapjacks, I can't recommend it enough. We got it at East River Farms Cannabis Dispensary there in Sioux Falls. Go check it out. Wow. That's all I gotta say. Wow. That's some good flower right there. And before I forget, there was a couple other things I wanted to touch on before I dive balls deep into our first Terps episode, talking terpenes. I did find that battery. Bam, it was in the couch. I dropped it right before we started filming, and I could not find it. So I have the thing right here, the cart with the mimosa. You can see it's almost gone. I got it 2 days ago, and I can't stop smoking it, dude. I can't. It's so good. So good. It's so nice to have good tasting carts that don't have a bunch of bad shit in them to smoke. It's really, really nice. But I also wanted to talk about Shoki from Pure Bliss. That's another. I think we've already had it on the show, but I'm just showing you like what I've been smoking over the last week. And Shoki, I bought 2 of these. This is a little badass one, 20.1% from Pure Bliss. I really like it. It's got good flavor, and it's got a really nice punch. Like the high is powerful, very powerful high, and I appreciate that. I enjoy it quite a bit. And then I smoked a good 8th of this Hell's Fire from Dakota Green. This Hell's Fire, it's 18.66%. This is what I was smoking like during the day. Now it's going to be that Flapjacks for sure. But this is what I was smoking during the day. When I was smoking that Rare Earth, that Stay Puffed at night, I was smoking the Hell's Fire during the day. It's a nice, bright, really good, nice, bright high. Fluffier nugs, not quite as compact as like Stay Puffed or something like that. A little bit fluffier, very nice color. A good solid taste, nice punch, smell. Yeah, Hell's Fire would definitely be somewhere on our list as well if I ever got it to the show. I haven't gotten it to the show yet. I would definitely recommend it though. If you haven't tried Hell's Fire from Dakota Green, I would highly recommend that you go out and get you some of that. But I'm going to be smoking this Flapjacks for a minute, dude. I'm going to be smoking the Flapjacks and then that Stay Puffed. And then after that Stay Puffed, I don't know what I'm going to try next, but man, that Flapjacks is very, very good. And it's a mellow high, but a functioning mellow high. Like it calms you down, but you don't feel like crashing out and going to sleep, or like I didn't feel like, oh man, we still got to do the rest of the podcast. You know, I was kind of ready to go. So it worked out pretty nice. Not too shabby. We'll have a little, it'll be a little shorter, a bit of a shorter episode today. I don't have anybody to bounce all my nonsense off of, so it doesn't get spun into, really good stories or anything like that. But once again, shout out to Charlie Hempseed. Just a great talk, great interview. Couldn't have been a nicer guy. Shout out to Superior Bob as well for the interview. Nice guy. Eugene also has done an interview for us. Eugene from DNG. Just shout out to everybody, all the love, everybody that's tuning in. I really appreciate it. We're going to be checking out the Stay Puffed here in a couple of seconds. Well, not a couple of seconds, probably here in a little bit. I'm going to go through and read a little bit about terpenes, what they are. Terpenes, they determine the smell, everything basically about your marijuana. The smell, they determine the appearance, like the color and stuff. They can determine all of that. And the taste, of course. The taste profile is all determined by terpenes. There's even some terps that exist, not necessarily in marijuana, but these might be in marijuana. But there's some terpenes that exist, like geranoil. I didn't get the enunciation for that one. That repel insects and herbivores. So they like stop things that eat plants from coming up and eating plants, dude, which is cool because that's a nice way for marijuana to grow in the wild. So, that kind of explains that. Everybody wants to know, how'd marijuana come around? How'd people know to smoke it? Well, it has some of it had terpenes in it that kept things from eating it. So, some people found that. There's other terpenes like terpinolene and linalool. I think linalool is that's one I've actually heard people talk about, which attract insects and small creatures to assist in the spread of pollen. Linalool, why I've heard of that before, and you've probably heard of that one before too, is because it can be found in essential oils like lavender oil. Essential oils are essentially made from terpenes as well, just not necessarily cannabis terpenes, but that's where they get their smells and all the, you've heard about all of the things that essential oils can do to help people and things like that. And that's kind of where all this comes from. Linalool is relaxing, of course, because it's found in lavender oil. Lavender oil, if you don't know, will relax the hell right out of you. Just calm right on down. You put a couple drops of that behind your ears. And I'm a skeptical guy. I'm not one for, moon cycles and all, the hippity-dippity stuff that goes with. No offense to anybody who is. I'm not shitting on it. I've never had time to really dive deep into it or, because I got to research something before I can take it seriously. And a bunch of people telling me this and that doesn't make me take it seriously. It all seems silly sometimes to me. But a lot of things do anymore, with age. That kind of comes. So everybody's kind of wasting their time. Cannabis contains more than 150 different terpenes. Okay? So imagine that as a guy who's like, I'm going to research terpenes for a couple of hours and maybe make, a little bit of an episode about terpenes. And then I find out that just the cannabis plant has over 150 different types. So this could end up in a hole that could go on essentially for pretty much forever. I mean, they're constantly doing research on terpenes and everything else, and we could go into essential oils and then other plants, and I'm sure that would lead to medicines and all kinds of stuff. So eventually I'll just cut it off at some point and we'll call it a day. I will be taking a break to try this Stay Puffed, but I don't want to try the Stay Puffed until the show's basically I'll do the Stay Puffed and then we're going to do comments and stuff, and that's going to be it for the day. Because that Stay Puft, like I said, man, Stay Puft will put you to sleep, dude. That's no joke. So literally have to do it at the end of the podcast or it'll fucking knock me out. I'd be drooling on myself before this ever ended. So 150 terpenes. Most terps are present in only trace tiny amounts, but through different strains and different combinations of strains, you can bring different kinds of terpenes into the forefront and, enhance. The possibilities are essentially almost endless with all the different combinations and all the things you can do with marijuana terpenes. It's so interesting for me. Hopefully you guys are interested too, and I'm not just boring the hell out of you. But it's so interesting that there's so much going on in the world of terpenes and cannabis right now. Terpenes can produce a range of therapeutic and mood-altering effects. That's why they're good. Like I said, the lavender oil calms people down. That's why they're good in treating certain disorders, things like that. Essentially, I think I have it for chronic nausea is why I am that's why I have a marijuana license. But it really helps with my PTSD and depression, believe it or not. Even though it's a depressant, it really helps with my depression because it helps me to not isolate myself so much. I would isolate myself a lot more if I didn't have marijuana. And that if anybody who has dealt with crippling depression or anything like that knows, once you isolate, that's when everything gets dark. That's when the road gets real thin and real crappy for a little while. And anybody who's come out of that kind of hole, I mean, none of us want to go back into that. So we watch isolation, things like that. At least I do. I try to watch out for it because I am one to very quickly isolate, just out of a feeling of generally being misunderstood by pretty much everybody. it makes you not really want to go out, because I know people see me and think one thing, but that doesn't essentially mean that's how I am that day. But I've done it to myself, with the tattoos and I just like the reason I shave my head, it's not a thing to look tough or anything. I genuinely just like the way it feels. And now to grow hair is torture. Any bit of hair on my head, if I grow a 1/4 inch of hair all over my whole head, it's like wearing a stocking cap for me. And it's so hot, I can't do it. But everybody thinks I look like a bald racist guy who's been to prison, and only one of those things is true. I am bald. What are terps? I've kind of touched on this in past episodes, and my research is not by any means done by a team of people or anything. It's only done by me, so it may be perhaps unorganized a little bit, but hopefully all of us can at least learn something. As far as cannabis is concerned, terpenes are naturally occurring compounds found in the trichomes of female cannabis plants. Okay? And trichomes, if you remember from before when I didn't know what trichomes were in like episode 3 or something, trichomes contain resin glands that produce terpenes. And if you don't understand that, it is why your weed is shiny and sticky. Okay, that would be the trichomes with the resin glands producing the terpenes. Okay, and what can affect the amount of terpenes in a plant? It would honestly be easier to tell you what cannot, because I don't even know what cannot. A stable, unchanging environment, as long as it's at the right temperature, as long as it's got the right amount of light when it's supposed to have light, and no light when it's not supposed to have light, no light leak, God forbid. I mean, and the difference can be indoor or outdoor growing. You can take the same bud, grow it in perfect indoor conditions, and have it be like a meh, and then you can take it and grow it outdoor and just see it thrive and become a big producer and just impress everybody. Dakota Green is really good at that, with the indoor part run by Greg. I think it's Greg, man. I really do. And then the outdoor part, of course, run by Mango, who is going to be at Superior Buds on the 30th, the day after the Unity event. If you want more mango, you go to Superior Buds and you get yourself some more mango. Cut yourself off another slice. Huh? Plenty of mango to go around. Hopefully Mango agrees with that statement and doesn't decide to squish me into some kind of fertilizer. All right, exposure to light, like I said. And I'm talking such a small amount of light. Like, we're talking a couple of holes where the light leaks, like tiny little holes, maybe the tip of a pencil, kind of little tiny little holes. Just a few of those getting on one plant can just destroy your whole grow if you're trying to do a certain thing. It's I used to think these guys were like crazy the way they're obsessive with their grows and stuff like that, and they're not crazy, man. The grow is man, it's a big deal. You can lose everything. All your hard work can go up in a matter of fucking seconds, dude. And it's just, there's a lot of stress. I'm glad I just smoked, man. Nutrient levels, if you're not watching nutrient levels, pH balance, all of that stuff, can wipe your terpenes out. When you harvest, if you harvest at the wrong time, has a big effect on the terpenes. How the end product turns out. And that varies. All of these things also will vary from strain to strain. They'll vary from type to type. Like, one strain will have different specifications compared to another strain. Some might be pretty similar. I don't know a lot about growing, but I know that the different strains can be extremely touchy in how they like to thrive. Like I said, that's why some growers are so protective, because the terps are volatile, which means, like, volatile, like what was that stuff everybody used to talk about back in the day? You carry it around, and if you shook it up, it explode. I can't think of it right now. It used to be in cartoons and stuff all the time. God, what was that stuff called? But you'd have to be super careful with it, or it would explode. It's and some of that stuff is kind of like that. It's volatile. Like one wrong move, and these terps are gone, and you can't just get them back. You got to start all over. Frustration. And I learned a little bit about like some ways to extract from the plant. Like there's ways like extracting it as like live resin. The reason crumble and stuff like that and all those things, carts, all that stuff, the reason those taste so much more intense is because that's just extractions, or no, those types of extractions preserve the terpenes. They preserve the terps even more than like producing it as the flower. Because when you get the flower, you break it up, you touch it, you drop it, things fall off, things are lost in transition, etc., so on. But when you get the concentrate, it takes all the goodness and like squeezes it down to a purer form. That's why it doesn't taste different, extremely different from the plant, but it tastes more intense and oftentimes better, much better. Live resin is made from fresh frozen plants, which means they cut the plant fresh, and immediately freeze it. So frozen immediately. Don't waste nothing. Don't waste no time. I'm going to dip in here. I am a sucker for Sonic, dude. Shout out Sonic in Sioux Falls. Big sucker for Sonic. Little did I know, I love nerds in my drink. I would have never thought of that on my own, but Sonic figured it out for me. Thanks, Sonic. And then it maintains freezing temps throughout the extraction process, protecting the volatile terps. So maintaining freezing temps is, I guess, even better at preserving some of the terpenes, and that's why they taste so much stronger and better than their flower counterparts. Like I said, this isn't all in order, but I put quite a bit of time into it. I don't know. It's very interesting to me. I really like it. I like learning about it. Maybe I should go to school for this, but that would involve somehow functioning in the everyday world. This is my extent of functioning in public with people for the most part. Let's see. Except for on the 29th, I will be there doing interviews live and in the flesh. I'll be walking around talking to whoever wants to talk to me. Really, I love the cannabis industry and I love everything that's going on in it right now. It's such an exciting time. Terpenes are the frontier of medical cannabis. Like I said, the medical field used to focus on the content of cannabinoids like THC and CBD. That's and the fact that they're switching to terpenes, a lot of people have mentioned that they feel like the THC content doesn't always determine the high that you get off of it. Like you can find some lower percentages that will put you down in the dirt or make you feel awful tired. I know a lot of people talked about blue cheese was one of those that was a lower percentage but would really give you a mellow high. I unfortunately have not tried that one yet. Not a big blue cheese fan, but I'll try anything, when it comes to cannabis. But the fact that they switched to terpenes, that's why the THC content is not going to matter as much. It's going to matter even less in the future, I think. Unique combinations of therapeutic effects on people from all these different, terpenes, that could lead to possible alternative treatments. Sometimes it could get, anytime that we can replace opioids or anything with cannabis would be a good thing. Cannabis is proven to not be addictive, and for sure not as addictive as opium in any way. Anything can become physically addictive if you do something enough. Fucking going out and throwing darts can become addictive if that's what you do every fucking day, Let's see. Treatments for things that may be difficult to manage. Yeah, that could be, sometimes you got to take a combination of things for like PTSD, nausea, stuff like, I have a combination of issues and it helps with all kinds of my issues quite a bit. Makes all of this possible for sure. Some terpenes even help fight off unwelcome microbes and pathogens. So we're talking potential cannabis medicine, like medicine that works medicine. And it's not like I squeeze the juice out of this and I'm going to rub it on your forehead medicine, but like real medicine, dude. That's pretty cool. Preclinical studies on animals and in vitro studies are underway, and I know everybody's bummed. Don't study on the animals. They don't do any ridiculously cruel studies on animals that I know about. Right? Nobody would do that. Cute little bunnies, right? I'm just gonna say right because I want to sleep. So they're doing that. In vitro means test tube, in a test tube. It doesn't mean like, I know everybody's heard like in vitro fertilization and stuff like that. In vitro means test tube. Okay. So don't think that they're testing it on babies. They're studying the therapeutic effects of terpenes. They're even starting to get into antiviral. Terpenes could potentially do nothing. I don't know for sure, but they could potentially even help kill viruses. Okay, that'd be a pretty big thing because right now you go to the doctor and it's viral. Just go home, deal with it. Drink a lot of water and stuff. So that would be really cool. And then after this, I start to get into some. I don't know, more complex. If any of this is boring you so far, this part's gonna bore you like twice as much. You see these on the terpene profile thing, and I wanted to know what some of these were, and I saw that there was pinene or pinene. I don't know how to pronounce this shit, but something like that. And there's an alpha and a beta. So there's a little A in front of one pinene or whatever, and there's the big B in front of the other one, and that stands for alpha and beta. If you're looking at a terp thing, that's tells you the terps that are in that bud. The little A in front means alpha, and the big B in front means beta. For those that don't know, because I didn't know. A lot of people are probably like, fucking idiot, but I didn't know. So that's what that means, and that cleared up quite a bit for me because that was pretty confusing looking at those charts. And then I was looking at another terpene, caryophyllene, and beta caryophyllene, which is the main one, BCP. It can be found in like rosemary and clove oils, other kinds of stuff, like cloves and hops. They produce this. It has like a black pepper, basil, cinnamon, and oregano. It can also be found in those things, but I think it's one of the ones that tastes kind of like more like a black pepper taste. It has a warmth to the nose, which I know quite a few people have experienced. And the warmth to the nose is like similar to cinnamon and cloves, if you've been around those things. And then it can be found in the original glue and purple punch. So those are a couple places that one can be found. And these are also potentially antiviral, I guess. Yes, these are the ones that they're looking at. Camphor, CAMPHOR, waxy solid with a strong aroma. That reminds me of, quite a bit of weed. But that's what that is. If you just concentrated it down, it's found in the wood of the camphor laurel, which is just a large evergreen tree, mostly in like East Asia. It's found in other trees as well. But that's another one. And then you got to remember that any research they're really doing right now, terpene research, it's still in its infancy, and a lot more research needs to be done before we can everybody get together and hold hands and hooray, hooray for terpenes fixing the world or whatever everybody's all up in arms about or excited about. So that's the extent of the terpene research really that I want to get into right now. Those last few, I know they weren't really clarified as to what they do and everything else, because that rabbit hole goes deep, man. And I'm definitely going to go down it further for sure. But the next episode we have coming out should be all about the big event, the Unity event on the 29th. It should all be about that and the interviews and everything. It's going to be, this episode is a little bit of a shorter episode, but the last one was a long one, and the next one's going to be a long one too. Who knows what the possibilities are going to be that come out of this, getting to do interviews. A shout out, one of the places I didn't get a shout out to, this is embarrassing, Coffee House and Unity, just Coffee House and Unity Road in general. Coffee House, thank you for formally inviting us to come to the event. That was huge. It's really nice. It was really nice, very kind. We very much appreciate it. Unity across the industry. As long as people are talking about cannabis and South Dakota cannabis, then things are going in the right direction. But right now, I am going to go and try out my last nug of this Stay Puffed. I'm going to go try this out for you guys now, because it's the middle of the afternoon and this is probably going to knock me out. But I'm going to go and I'm going to try this for you. All right, just for you. And then we'll come back and we'll do comments and stuff, okay? So if you're still watching, thanks for watching Smoking That Ish. I appreciate you. And I will be back in a ridiculous flash. Dude, that joint fucking ruined my world. All right, like, so high right now. Oh my god. That would be I don't know. I would rate that. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you. Fuck. Like, wrecked my world, dude. I'm gonna explain to you why I give this weed an 8. Okay? I know it is extremely destructive. And it is, it's a big hitter, the Stay Puffed. But I give it an 8 because, one, it doesn't taste as good as the strawberry one. That's the top on taste right now because that sumbitch was delicious. So that's the top on taste right now. But while it punches hard, it is a ridiculously debilitating high. Like, if you just want to sit on the couch and not do shit for the rest of your day, this is your weed. I'm going to call this, I'm giving it an 8, and I'm going to call this emergency weed, okay? Emergency weed. This should only be smoked in case of an emergency. All right? Like, put it behind glass and break that glass or open that glass jar in a more reasonable world. And smoke it when, like, you can't take it anymore. Like, let's say you're having a day where you're going to lose your shit. Whether it's the kids, your job, your spouse, somebody is pushing you over that line. And you feel like somebody's going to get it if you don't calm down immediately. Dude, you roll up a joint of this Stay Puffed by Rare Earth. You roll up a joint of this, and whatever it was bugging you can go eat a bag of dicks, dude. Like, it's gone. Whatever was bothering you is out. I mean, I don't know if you can tell. I can tell. I am dragging ass right now. So while this is a really heavy hitter, dude, just a monster of a hitter, I am gonna give it an 8 because it's too heavy of a hitter. I don't know. Not so much. I suppose it's not so much that it hits as hard, that it gets you so high. It's that the high is so debilitating, dude. But like I said, emergency weed, dude. This would be nice if you have enough to just keep an 8th sitting around just in case, or if you have that one annoying ass friend that's always like, nothing puts me down, I can smoke through whatever. You get a big fat ass 8th blunt of this, and your friend's gonna take a nap on your couch, dude. He's gonna take a nap on your couch. He's gonna have to call Uber, even if he drove over. He's gonna have to call Uber, take him home. There's no way. Next week, I don't know where we're gonna be going, man, but we hit East River this week. East River Farms, big shout out. Thank you. Thank you for being so hospitable. And thank you for having such a fantastic strain of marijuana on hand. Flapjacks, dude. Get your ass in there and get it, dude. Get it. Get flapjacks. Smoke it all day. It's an all-day smoke, dude. In the morning, I bet you could just do a green hit out of a bong and be woo up cooking eggs and bacon and stuff and getting ready for work. You know what I'm saying, dude? Oh, it's a good smoke. Man, the terpene talk. I'm glad we got most of that out. Some of it at the end might have seemed a little unfinished. Probably was unfinished. I was right in the middle of research when I cut that off because it was getting too ridiculous. I will probably go a little bit further into that. I really just want to go in and touch on what the different terpenes taste and smell like. Mostly what they taste like. So that way you can get a good taste profile. Fucking torch, dude. Ah, that fucking joint. Oh my God. That was a beast. But an 8's gonna put it down towards the bottom. It's gonna be down there with like Jack Hare and 10 G's, I think, are the two it's tied with. But yeah, that's emergency weed only, man. Good God, that's stuff you only smoke before you go to bed. But I smoked it for you guys. And it's beating my ass. ADM for comments. ADM 3337 or some shit says when it comes to terpenes, you don't need the terpene profiles next to the bud because the nose knows. Yes, but there are most of the card holders in South Dakota are over the age of 65, so they're retirees, and a lot of them have not smoked marijuana before. And if you could, let's say, have the person behind the counter at least know what the terpenes taste like, they could give them options. Like, oh, if it's hopsy, tastes a lot like hops. You know, kind of like a Heineken. Back taste on a Heineken, real hopsy. You know, and they either like Heineken or they don't. And it's something like that. Or tastes like black pepper. That would be, I mean, that's hit or miss right there. Somebody either likes or does not like black pepper. Garlic. The ones that taste like fuel. I feel like some of those would be a hard sell to older guys, unless they were like car guys. Car guys, I noticed, really like the fuel ones. That's just love from, you know, all you guys on Instagram. All appreciated. But yeah, the profile will help people who don't have a nose that knows. But I feel you on that. Yes, I pick almost every strain of flower that I smoke based off of smell. That is how I do it. So yes, the us experienced folks have our ways very much. Aaron Holguin, I don't know how to say your last name, and I'm too high to really do a good job. So Aaron, he said that Rare Earth, he has had Rare Earth craft cannabis, and that they are very good, like fire. And he is not lying, dude. They do not mess around. They got me stuttering like an idiot. They put out very good strains of marijuana. Very good. This one is just, it's so debilitating. But say like I was having a problem coming off of like opiates or something like that. I know that's way more intense, but this would help with that, with the antsy, anxiety, nauseous, like, fucking can't get comfortable in your own skin kind of feeling. This would help with that. Or somebody who's going to have a panic attack, this would help with that. Somebody who's got something so stressful to do, they just can't imagine how they're going to do it, this will help with that. So it is a good weed, but I'm going to say emergency only. And shout out to Robert Preston, or Superior Bob, as others may know him. Big fan of the show, and we appreciate you very much. We had to go out, unfortunately, away from Superior Buds. We have been to Superior Buds so many times for the show because it's just, there's so many options. They always got something new. I could literally do this show out of Superior Buds, but I would miss out on some people like DNG. You're not in Superior Buds for some reason. I mean, it's Mitchell, dude. Come on. Get over there a little bit closer because you got really good weed. Rare Earth is over there now. So, I mean, no reason you shouldn't be over there as well. I feel like your marijuana strains are on the same level. So why not give me the damn choices closer to my house, Eugene? Sorry. As always, if you got strains that you like, let me know. Comment your number one strain or a strain from somewhere else that you would just like to see in South Dakota. A store, a dispensary, places you'd like me to check out. Let me know, because I got a whole list of the dispensaries in South Dakota, and we plan on hitting them all. So let me know where you want me to go. All right. And I will go around. But if anything that I said on this show has bothered you or offended you or hurt your feelings or, just made you feel some kind of way, or I was loud at the wrong time and I scared you, you were almost asleep, and then I was like, ah, and you're like, oh, you son of a bitch. Any of that, if any of that happened, if anything I said offended you or bothered you, remember, you can't be mad at me for what I said when I was smoking that ish. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you.